Started from the bottom, all I had was a dream. Always been alone, never really had a team. Cause the loyalty is suspect, nothing's what it seems. As I'm counting all this money, thinking how to make it clean. Never been broke, see I always had a job. And before I learned to hustle, I was taught how to rob. Nice with the hands, but I'm iller with the shot. Battling depression cause it's lonely at the top. Drinking all this Henny just to try and ease the pain. Though I never had regrets, there's some things that I wouldn't do the same. I would never change for some change, and I never let the sneak distance take me out my game. I'm a grown man. Unless it's for my kids, I don't hold hands. Cause they hate it when you focused on your own plans. So I gamble with my money, I don't gamble with my life in the street. Cause you only get one chance. Grab a bottle of that Henny and I mix it with some Red Bull. Got a couple pills that I'm popping for the pain.
What's going on? My name is Marcus Whitley, and yes, this is good behavior. Now, in this episode, I want to talk about exceptions. What do you feel is okay to risk it all for? Like, do you feel like you would ever cross that line? Now, I want to talk about this because a lot of people don't even think about it. I mean, if you were never put in a situation where you had to, then why would you? It's easy to judge somebody else and what they're going through without really knowing what they're going through. You don't know what happened. You don't know how it affected them. You don't know what state of mind they're in, because not everybody can show or talk about their emotions and express why they reacted in a certain way. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody has a breaking point. Only difference is some people either can or allow themselves to be pushed farther than others. That's the truth. But I can't sit here and justify everything because it's harder to get to, well, it's harder to understand the reason why in this generation. Like people are starting beef and killing each other over a look, over a social media post, because they like the same person or whatever reason they can think of. It's crazy. Now, to me, that's what you call senseless acts of violence. When you don't even know or haven't even met the person that you claim you got problems with. That's something I find hard to understand, and I don't know how to justify. There's no reason or purpose behind most of what's going on in this generation. But aside from that, do you feel like there are exceptions? I mean, what would be your breaking point if you really sat down and thought about it? See, I've always been a patient person, and it takes a lot to push me. Like, I don't even like to raise my voice, but that's when it comes to me. See, I've dealt with it all my life, but when it comes to my family, that's a different story. They are my exception. If anything happened to any one of them, I would lose it. And I'm sure there's a lot of people, at least the ones who do accept it, can relate to that. I feel like it's a natural response being a father and being a protector. You would never allow anyone to hurt or harm your family in any way. Now, I'm not talking about the way this generation behaves, like If someone looked at my family wrong or wrote something mean about them on social media, I'm not worried about that. I'm not gonna get up and jump in and go hurt somebody because of that. That's not what I'm talking about at all. So I don't want you to get that confused. And on top of that, my family, I mean, I made sure that they can handle themselves. So again, like that's not something that I feel like I would have to be worried about. And on top of that, like one thing that I always preach and always try to teach is mental toughness and respect. Those those are important things for me. Regardless if that person is giving it to you or not, you always be respectful. You don't allow them to take you down to their level because honestly, that's what they're going for. That's what they want. So why give them that satisfaction? You gotta be better than them. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and be a hypocrite by saying there's no reason you should ever become aggressive or put your hands on somebody except for a woman. That's something that should never happen. And I don't condone that in any type of way. I mean, unless it's a life or death situation, but I mean 95% of the time that's not the situation. Like I don't make exceptions for that. And honestly, I don't see how anybody else could. But aside from me not wanting to be a hypocrite, I also don't glorify that behavior. There's nothing cool about fighting or being aggressive in the wrong way, especially when you're an adult. Especially when you're an adult. I see way too many people on social media, men and women, putting all their business out there, all the drama, making threats. Now, that's something that I'm all the way against. And I even distance myself from people that I see that are like that because that's not anything that I want to be a part of. I mean, a big problem today is people are too comfortable with crossing lines. And once you burn a bridge, there is no coming back. So you got to ask yourself, like, is it really worth it? And then ask yourself, is there any way this situation could have been handled differently? You got to think before you act. I mean, don't let an impulsive decision cost you the rest of your life. I mean, it cost me 6 years of mine. 6 years that I'll never get back. But also 6 years that have made me the man that I am. But again, certain situations are harder than others. And sometimes the lines get blurred and you don't realize that you stepped over it until it's too late. Then for the rest of your life, all you can do is ask yourself again, was it worth it? And if you were ever put in that situation again, would you have done anything differently? honestly, for me, I don't think I would have if the situation had got to where it did. But if I was able to change what led up to that situation, I would have. But anyways, I hope this episode was able to help you realize that you need to think about things before you act. And if you're someone who's on the outside looking in, then I hope you will be more considerate before judging a book by its cover. Now, my name is Marcus Whitley, and this is Good Behavior. So until the next episode. For more episodes and info, you can find me on all social media at I am Marcus Whitley, and find any of my books, Both Sides of the Street, Choices and Consequences, Greatness Under Pressure, and Battling Demons, all on Amazon. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.